Welcome, guys, to our very first podcast. I am Jose Gaming 7 from my channel. So,
And I'm Bert from IB Gaming on YouTube. And thank you guys for joining us on our first podcast.
not gonna lie, I'm kind of a little bit nervous right now. Not gonna lie. Is this okay? So, me and him been talking about doing a podcast because we were talking about it in the weekend. I mentioned it to you. Well, at first it was originally supposed to be something else, and then Bert brought up to the section that this is supposed to be we could do something like a podcast.
Yeah, I felt like, Jose approached the idea of making a separate individual channel for, talking about strictly, updating on different things going on in the anime world versus, things going on in the video game world and, all things Dragon Ball and anime and movies and, just an all around kind of channel for that besides just our main gaming channels. And I thought maybe, why don't we just start up a podcast? It would be more of a, we have a conversation, we throw some hypotheticals in there, we have fun with it, and we kind of just do what we want to do instead of, you know, a channel where we have to, you know, go by the books. We could really just kind of throw shit around here and do as we please here.
Yeah, because at first I wasn't really opposed to it like that because originally a long time ago I wanted to do a podcast, and let's just say it didn't work out. That's all. That's basically to keep it simple. So now, given like a couple years later, now thinking about it, I was like, yeah, it could be cool, and maybe we can get some of our friends here to do this podcast too, if they want to. If they're not, that's fine. It can just be me and you if we want to, but we'll see what we can do for this channel. We just want this to be like a whole thing. We could talk about stuff, like you said, gaming, anime, movies, whatever. So, but
Exactly.
it's mainly like a Dragon Ball channel, but some other stuff in there too. It's not going to be only Dragon Ball
Yeah.
stuff.
So, we'll take it as a time to get to know the community a little better, get to know you guys. We want to be able to have some one-on-ones, like Jose said, we want to be able to have some guest appearances. Yes, we want to do the best to, obviously grow and spread our knowledge and what we know and what we think may happen or whatsoever you say. It's just we're gonna, take it day by day and have fun with it, because it's what we enjoy doing and it's something that's going to bring us happiness, whether, we have 10 viewers versus 10,000 viewers. So, you know,
Listen, every view counts. It doesn't matter. We appreciate if we get like 10, 9, as long as somebody enjoys it. So that's all that matters.
exactly. So, to break the ice, today's topic is going to be mainly on the upcoming Dragon Ball Daima,
Hmm.
the long awaited final all hands on project of the late great Toriyama.
Yeah, rest in peace,
And
Bert.
I don't know about you, Jose, but I am quite excited and quite thrilled to see what they have in store for us. Being Toriyama's last hands on project before he departed into King Kai's kingdom.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, before
I
before we
just,
start the whole topic, I just want to take this in the grain of salt. This is our own opinions. If you guys want to have your own opinions, comment down below. Because don't take it to the grain of salt whatever we say. So I just want to point that out.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so if you
Let us know your opinions
yeah
down below and hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you think if you have a different opinion and then maybe it's something we'll touch base on in the next podcast, you know?
yeah. So like if you have something you disagree with, just give us your own opinion. Why you think this is this and that. So just want to let you know before we get into this topic. So just want to clarify it before we start this. So thank you very much. Okay, so
So,
like you said, you're excited for Daima. I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I wasn't that excited. Now, the more information that we get, and this is the last of Toriyama's work, I'm pretty excited. I'm just worried that we might get a GT situation. This is basically what this topic is. So them going as kids again, I don't know how should I feel about that.
So I mean, I personally, I was the kind of person to kind of start in a what's the word of it? A timeline realisticness kind of aspect. So when I first started Dragon Ball, I started with Dragon Ball. When Goku was a kid, and that's what I started off as. And even you know, if that's not I don't know whether I can't be completely honest with you. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be watched or not. I don't,
No, no,
I
no.
would assume
That's
so.
basically
Timeline,
yeah.
like,
That's basically in
yeah,
order
I
how it
would.
started.
Yeah, so I would assume that's just how you're supposed to watch it. So
Like
I
majority,
started off with Dragon
majority of the
Ball.
people starts with Z, and I was one of those people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it came out and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Super Saiyan Goku," and I'm like, "Well, what about Dragon Ball? Like, what about when Holmes had a tail still? Like, you got to remember he's got a whole like backstory."
That's the
But
thing. I like. Here's what I agree with you on this part, that people tend to forget. Dragon Ball is where it starts. Technically, Z is basically
hmm
what people got into. That's when like Z was popular in America when it came out. Is that
yes,
not? It's like Dragon Ball itself didn't get that much love because obviously it was like goofy and silly, but that's like much more than that. If people gives it a chance, because I'm gonna be honest with
I mean, that's what made me fall in love with it. I don't know about you, but watching Goku smack some private parts was my favorite part of the fucking show. I mean, it's just, it's like those little things, but that's what made that's what it's like you watch Z and you see Goku as this funny, goofy, but try hard character, but
That's
he's
what I like about like the transitions, because when you watch Dragon Ball, he's like a kid. Obviously, he's doing kid shit. But when you
exactly.
watch Z, he's like kind of maturing a bit. He still has that goofy side, but you can see he's kind of maturing. The only thing I had a problem with Super, I know this is like off topic, is that they trying to make him seem like he's back as a kid. That's the only problem I had with Super. So
Yeah, so Super, I did tend to notice that with Super, they kind of they definitely dumbed Goku down a little bit,
yeah,
and I think that that wasn't necessarily fair to the role of Goku, but I kind of can understand, like, I guess for the comedy aspect of the anime to
yeah.
have that goofy feeling, to be like, oh yeah, this goofy ass guy is the strongest in the world, no matter what. But you know, I'm excited for it because it's not like I still don't know if we're gonna see, like, do they have their power ups, like I'm still kind of stuck on when this takes place. Like, when does it
Yeah,
take place, Jose?
I don't know when it
Has it
take.
been confirmed?
It's rumored that it might take place between Majin Buu and Battle of Gods, but it still doesn't make sense to me of that
So then
top
that
part.
means so then let's backtrack with a little bit of time and thinking. So if it would take place before Majin Buu was what, the
No,
third?
after
He
it's
was
like after
after.
Majin Buu. It's like after Majin
Oh,
Buu is between.
after Majin
Yeah,
Buu,
it's between Majin Buu and the start of Battle of Gods, basically.
the Battle of the Gods. Okay, so that means that oh, that's so. It's like now I'm starting to question transformations. Like, if they're kids, can they still go Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3? Are we gonna
With
see
the
them
recent
in?
trailer, like the final trailer, it did show Goku as Super Saiyan. That's all they showed.
Okay, so but now if it
And Super
takes
Saiyan 2,
place
yeah, my bad. And they
after
showed Super Saiyan 2 too. I totally forgot
they
to
did
mention that.
choose Super Saiyan 2. Okay, so like now my question is is it gonna take place after they learned things like Super Saiyan God? Like, are we gonna is it did that training happen? Is
That
like you know
the thing that what they're doing mainly is that I think they're just gonna make it mainly focus on 1 through 3, and I'm guessing what I like, because in Battle of Gods we know that they learn about the Super Saiyan God transformation from
hmm
that arc.
hmm
It's just that in this one, I don't. This one we're gonna explore the demon world, which is the first time we're ever gonna see it on not filler episodes or anything like that. So the thing is that I'm just hoping it's not a GT situation where, like, here's the thing. I know a lot of people bashed on GT. I'm gonna be honest with you. I rewatched GT. It's not as bad that people think it is. Would I think like the execution, what they did, like
No,
did wrong?
absolutely not. For something, for something that they, took. from what I understand, it was something along the lines of a budget cut and Toriyama not wanting to make that budget cut and give out his best material for it. So
Yeah,
he
because
gave
he
them
in
something
that
that
Toriyama wasn't really involved in GT either. It was just
no,
Toei.
it he wrote the main plot of what the story was, but that's like, that's like writing down a summary of what you want it to be and having somebody write you an essay. It's like, yeah, it's take it for example like what they did to us in school, how you would go and if you were to take a test in writing class, you were given a summary of what you had to write a paper about. That's necessarily what they did with GT. They said, okay, then what we will do is we will give you the most of what we can give you for a plot. Give us the plot of something
Yeah,
along the lines of what could happen in Dragon Ball, and we will make something and we will give you the credit for it.
yeah,
And that's what they did. That's why when you watch GT it says plot line written by Akira Toriyama because he wrote the plot line. Now, the other people who wrote the rest of GT and added on to that plot line and gave us everything else, like like that's, that's where it gets kind of iffy. But I like the things that GT did. I like Super Saiyan 4. I like the Super Saiyans having their tails still. I like
yeah,
them having the ability to use that grade 8 form and then transform back out
yeah.
of it.
That's what the
Like,
concept I like, and I like when they brought it to for the Broly movie, right? They kind of established in the Broly movie, he could still go in Zaro form during the Super Saiyan state, which I'm glad they brought that back up. But like you said, Super Saiyan 4, amazing transformation. I think it's like one of the best transformations we have, and obviously I think it's like second best for me because I still like Super Saiyan 3, obviously. Um,
now, now, refresh my memory because forgive me, I have been trying to catch up and keep up with my One Piece, so I've been straying from Dragon Ball with the anime and
yeah,
movies and such. But Broly, when did Broly necessarily take place? So now,
after the
because
Tournament of
we had
Power.
Broly, that's after the tournament, hour, even with Z Broly. No, when
No,
did Z Broly come in? Because
Zebro is not canon. That's a
Z
non-canon.
Broly's not canon. That
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
non-canon.
So all the
Okay,
movies
so
up to
that's
like
what I
Battle
thought.
Gods and all that, those like Battle Gods, Resurrection F, and Broly movie are canon. The rest like Dead Zone all the way up to like the Wrath of the Dragon, non-canon.
Non-canon. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So now, my question is, if Dayam is gonna be canon,
Mm-hmm.
what characters are they going to bring in that are going to I'm almost wondering, and this is a theory now. Remember people, this is a theory. Don't come at my ass and try to chew me up for this. I'm saying now,
Say
this is a
spoilers.
theory,
He's
this is
talking
a
about spoilers.
opinion and this is far fetched and this may never happen. And no. Sparky Zero. I'll bring that one up later. That one will come up later on. I want to know if they're going to somehow foreshadow the second part to Super in Dayama. I want to know if somehow we're going to cross paths with Moro or Granola
Well, at least
or
mention them, right? Like some.
something, or mention them of somebody, like even if it's like one sentence of the entire series. If it's King Kai saying, "But Goku, one day you're going to meet somebody by the name of Moro. That's when you will face a true, fight or something or whatever,
Yeah.
or like you're going to fight a man with horns or
Or he just
you
mentions
know
the thing like, oh my god, this guy reminds me of a person who uses magic and stuff shit like that.
yeah, like even or
At least like
like
a mention, like you're saying, basically, just a little mention. It's not like a big deal, but just a little
yeah,
mention.
that's all I want. That's all I want is a little mention to give us a little bit of hope for the future of Super because yes, Super had its flaws, but in the end I want them to finish animating
The manga stuff, yeah.
Toriyama's manga stuff. I want them to animate it because now I'm bringing it up. Now I'm bringing it up And this one, I'm telling you right now,
Mm.
is a fact, people, and you can come at my ass for this one. We are getting manga stuff in Sparking Zero. We already have manga moves in Sparking Zero, confirmed. Do not, do not forget to at me when DLC drops. I'm calling it now. 10 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9/30/2024. I am calling it. We are getting DLC manga only characters. We will get Moro, we will get Granola, and we will get manga only characters and moves and or like costumes or whatever. I don't care. Like Goku's gonna get that Ultra Instinct
True Ultra Instinct or some
Susanoo.
bullshit, whatever. That's fucking stupid shit.
Susanoo.
We'll have that for a different topic for another day. Okay, we'll get to that. I have a lot of personal issues with that one, but we'll get to that one another time because I don't want to make a whole rant about it. Because I already know. I can't wait to talk about that one. Oh, but back to the whole Daima situation. Like I said, this is the first time they're gonna show a demon. I think they're gonna introduce like the new Dragon Balls too. Apparently, we're getting new Dragon Balls, but it's like in the demon role. That's what I heard. That's what I heard, though.
I I heard that, and that's very interesting because now I want to know. Does that mean there's a demon Shenron?
That's what I'm thinking too, because
And could that be a DLC character
oh
in
my
Sparking Zero
god!
in the future?
At this point, everybody knows, because
Yeah, if you don't already know, Goku, Mini Goku from Daima is the pre-release, pre-order
no, yeah, they
character.
already confirmed it. Yeah, so everybody already
And
knows.
they also confirmed from another leak that it's possible that it will be available for purchase
Oh
through
yeah,
PlayStation
sold
and
separately.
Xbox, sold separately in the store later on,
Yeah,
in case
they're
you
doing
do
like
not
this.
have the pre-order.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing what they did with Goku Black on Xenoverse 2 and Fighters wise. They did that whole stick where basically if you didn't get the pre-order bonus, you could buy them sold separately. I think same thing with
Mhm.
Fighters where like if you want to buy Super Saiyan Blue and Vegeta, which you don't really have to, you could just get them in the game, which is kind of stupid, but
All right, there's our timer. We'll stop now. That's a minute. You guys skipped. All right, we're going back to Daima,
yeah, but like
and
what I'm curious is like what is this demon like Shinron? If we are gonna get a demon Shinron, do you think there's gonna be consequences of using the Dragon Balls like the same way like GT did, where like there was consequences of using way too much of the Dragon Balls?
I wonder. Maybe there will be, maybe there won't be. Maybe
You
it'll
know
be
what I
another
realized?
situation with
Hold
it,
that,
like they just scatter again.
hold on. Let me tell you this. What if we, because you know, like in the, like we have like the Dragon Balls where there's a Namekian who always create these Dragon Balls, right? Wait, do we know who
Mhm.
created the Super Dragon Balls? Or they haven't talked about it?
Find that out.
Hey, while you search that up, so my prediction is that what if we get a demon Namekian, just like Demon King Piccolo was? Because remember in Dragon Ball
I
he
mean,
mentioned that he was the Demon King before Z kind of retcon it a little bit.
it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, it's they kind of hinted that it's weird with Dragon Ball. There's so many universes. Anything is really possible in Dragon Ball right now.
Because
But back to the question about the Super Dragon Balls
mm,
before we stray too far. Zalama, the Super Dragon Balls were original set of Dragon Balls created by Zalama in year 41 of the Divine Calendar. These Dragon Balls are the size of planets, and their stars mark remains the same no matter what the angle one looks at them,
so it's not
which
like
is
is it a
patented
is he like a
by
Namekian?
Zalma. I will find that out right now because I did not look that up. I just looked at
Yeah,
the Dragon Balls.
because we know like mainly is like Namekians making these Dragon Balls. That's all we know so far.
He Zalama or Zarama, or also known as Ryujin, is the dragon god and the creator of the Super Dragon Ball. So he looks to be a Namekian that developed
So
into
yeah, so
the
we're probably gonna get
Dragon
we're
God.
probably gonna get a demon version of a Namekian wise because
So we would have to get a Demon Shenron because doesn't every universe have an own version of their own Dragon Balls?
that I do not know because all I know is that the Super Dragon Balls are in different universes. If you're trying to get all seven Dragon Balls, they're in different universes if I remember correctly. Because that's what Champa did. Because he went to every universe to take some of the Dragon Balls, the Super Dragon Balls, which are like life-size planets. But yeah, the only thing I will say, like if we are, like I said, if we are getting a demon version of a Namekian, it will be pretty cool. Do you think he will be evil?
I mean, I feel like I feel like if it's a demon realm, it would have to be. But I mean, like,
Because we still don't know what this demon realm is.
yeah, we don't know
Because we're
what the
getting like
demon
new
realm
characters
is.
we haven't seen before. Have you seen the trailer? Like the whole the English
I've
dub.
seen
Like
bits and pieces of it. I haven't watched the English dubbed one.
okay,
I've been trying to. I've been trying to keep the most minimum visual spoilers down.
yeah,
I've only did like my bits of research on like basically plot line, kind of what it's about,
yeah.
where it's
So they basically don't
happening.
want to see like a lot of
Um,
footage of the this.
yeah, I've been keeping the footage to a minimum because, um, as in the terms of animation, I am very excited because it's been a while since we've seen any sort of animation for Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
and since the point of Super to now, it has taken a giant leap
dude.
in.
Like the animation for Daima looks so fucking beautiful, dude. Like they
From what I've seen, from the pictures and stuff I've seen, it looks amazing. But like,
no, bro. When you see that shit in motion, because like it is, they did confirm because I searched it up a long time ago. Yeah, it's a mix with like 2D with a little bit of 3D animation in there.
mm,
Because one of the trailers shows Goku doing a move where you can see like the 3D model hitting the blast. So they're basically taking like some inspiration from like superhero and Adam and this because I think the same animation team did the superhero also on the backs. You remember like in the superhero movie where they had those flashback scenes where it's
mm-hmm,
all animated. I think it's the same people who are
mm-hmm.
doing this one.
Okay, okay, yeah. Because that, yeah. So that's the last thing we
Cause
got.
like
But you know,
like the
again,
one of
you
the
got to.
okay, my bad. You can go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because like you got to think like I wasn't. I you can count movies, I do, but the budget for movies versus an anime, like a series wise, is
Yeah.
so crazy different. Like that's why I'm more excited to see what they have for anime. Because sometimes it's like 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 One Piece for example, they'll take 5, 6 episodes, and the budget for all of them will be like I don't know, like we'll say, and again, don't come at me if these prices are wrong. I'm just throwing it for example. I'm just trying to show like a crazy range example. Say they're 75,000 a piece. Each episode. Yeah, not the best quality. But then like the episode where Gear 5 Luffy comes, they spend like fucking 5 million on it, hire all these extra people. If it's gonna be something like that, or if they're going to just be like, you know what, we're going to put all the money we can into this. We are going to give it our all and absolutely work our ass off for this and Toriyama's legacy and just absolutely knock it out of the park. That's the that's the hope, and make every episode that $5 million episode. I mean,
Like I
I think
like the
it's
colors too because it's literally they're going with like manga colors too.
that's exciting. That's very exciting.
Yeah, the only thing I'll probably say is that they took a lot of criticism from Super was because I remember like Super like the animation on Super sometimes can be like so messy, especially like the first half of Super was kind of way messy.
Yes, yes, it was. That was a fun. I mean, it was entertaining to watch. It was entertaining to watch. Don't get me wrong, but like plot line wise, it wasn't what it needed to be necessarily.
Yeah, because like animation
But
wise,
I
like
will
they could have
always,
done better with the animation, but they kind of rushed it per
yeah,
se.
exactly.
because it is a weekly fucking anime, and I wish they could have took their time. At least because if I remember correctly, like Super didn't have like seasons wise. They just had like have episodes every fucking week.
Yeah, they did. They released weekly, and there was no set schedule, and they just kind of did it. It was kind of like what they did with Boruto, how, you know, even though even though I will say this, a lot of the beginning of Boruto, and yes, people don't come for me. I fucking love Boruto. Like, I'm gonna say that now. I am a Nartar, and I love Naruto, and I love Boruto. So say what you want, but like, Two Blue Vortexes is fire right now. We'll talk about that in another episode, but like Boruto at the very beginning, I understand why people did not like it. And I understand that they made it a weekly anime and they had 10 chapters out when it came out in anime because they rushed that what the people wanted and they threw something out there that they weren't ready for and they fucked themselves
Yeah, that's like the same
and
situation with Super had it because Super did the same exact thing because they went far ahead from the manga was because we didn't even know what was gonna happen during that time because you can see like the different changes like like Super Saiyan Blue. There's like a Master Super Saiyan Blue in the manga, but we had Kaioken Blue on the anime. Mess like that shit
that's
happened.
what I'm saying. Like they made like uh, Boruto, they added characters that looked like characters that were in the anime. Like they hinted at characters in in the manga, and like for example, with Kawaki and is it was it Inabe? Now he's irrelevant because he's not even spoken about. And it's like I get it. They wanted to go along with the tuning exams and they wanted to do all that. Yes. But we had the Boruto movie.
Exactly. That's the same thing with Dragon Ball Super because we had the Battle of Gods movie, we had the Resurrection movie. Why would you retell it?
Why do
There's
you need to retell it? It's now you're just trying to make space for your airtime. This is why you don't buy a 500 episode slot. And it was the same. I would have thought, you know, people would have learned from Shippuden. Like,
Yeah, I think that's what's like the biggest thing about right now with animes because literally they're doing shit that's off the wall that like come on dude like you at least take your time on it and like wait till like at least where the manga's at where you can at least animate that stuff where the manga's at right now. But I just don't like the fact that they're retelling like they make a movie, right? And then people go out and watch it, right?
hmm
And they support it. And next you know, oh, the anime's coming back, but we're gonna retell the movie on the first arc, and I'm like, why? Like, yeah, sure, you add some new content in there that it wasn't in the movie. Yeah, that was cool, but why would you need to retell it if people already seen the movie? Like at this point, what's the point of the movie then? Well, like why waste an hour or like an hour and 50 minutes of our time to go see a movie that you're just gonna animate it anyway? That's like the biggest issue I have with the what they do like that with like that was the big issue for Super and that was the big issue with Boruto.
so I just completely blanked off subject because I was looking up something that had to do with the topic, and it brought me to something completely different. Um, but no, I completely agree with you on that, and I completely understand why people slept on Boruto for so long. But just I am gonna say this before we switch back to Dragon Ball. Um, have hope in Blue Vortex. If you have not read it, it's only 13 chapters right now. Start it now while there's only 13 chapters. It's a monthly manga, people. It's 40 pages at the most, sometimes 30. It's a great read, and it's peak Kishimoto. That's all I can say about it. It's been great the past 13 chapters, and I'm looking so fucking forward to the future of it. Um, But back to Dragon Ball, I want to talk about really quick because we're coming up on our 1 hour mark, and
Well,
that's what
30
we're gonna
minute
try to
mark. It's
keep
like
it to.
halftime right now. Think about it.
It is. We're coming up on our 30 minute.
Yeah.
All right. So my time, you guys will come to understand that my sense of time is so off. Um,
Because you live like what? Like in Connecticut, right?
yep. I live in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I live on the East
Yeah. We have like different
Coast.
time zones. And then there's the police
Heart
in
of
the
the
background.
capital, baby. And I want to talk about his son Sasuke Toriyama, who is
I for
taking
I kind of
over,
forgot about that.
the Dragon Ball franchise.
Like, here's the thing,
He is.
because we should like. I want to save that topic. Like, what do you think was gonna happen on the manga wise? Because I want to save that topic for another episode. Um, those like my main curious right now is Daima, because Daima is coming up pretty soon, right? It's next week. Pretty excited. Hopefully, everything does fine. Hopefully, the story is good. Because whatever Toriyama had for us before he passed away, I think it was gonna be good. I think it's gonna be peak Toriyama wise of what he had in store for us. Because
Yes, I
originally
do.
this was supposed to be a
And
website series, and now they just turned it into like an actual anime series.
mhm, mhm. I it's I'm so excited for it.
My
And
question is why are they
well,
kids though? That's the biggest fucking thing I need to know. Like why had to go? Why? Like my question: why did he want to go to that route? Why did it be kids? They have to have a good explanation for it. Because I don't want it to be a GT where like fucking peel off be like, yeah, I wish you were a kid again.
I well see the thing is with Dragon Ball, that's where I kind of lean towards more. That's where I feel like it would be more towards because I feel like that's just that kidsy aspect, that immature aspect that wants to be kept around because inevitably there is always like it's funny to look at it because you look at Dragon Ball and you can see where Toriyama really put in real life scenarios. There's always that one petty person who would wish something upon like that upon people for his own good, just to be the bigger person. I wish you all were smaller than me, so I want to be the bigger person. There's always that person. So if it doesn't surprise me if that's what he would make it, that one person to come in and just be like,
Yeah,
you know what? I wish you all were kids and had no powers and were children.
yeah,
Or if it was like, even
but
if
that's
it
the
was,
weird part though, because they still have the Super Saiyan forms if they don't want them to have powers. But I'm just curious of the fact of why they want to go to that route again.
but what if, but what if we don't know and they just have to relearn them?
Maybe, but all I know is that they're kids in this series again, and it's not just Goku this time. It's just the whole cast are kids now.
I mean, physically, we'll say physically, they're physically children. They don't seem to have the intellect of children. They seem to know and understand what's going on and not have lost any sort of
That's what
mental
that's what it looks like
capacity.
in the trailers because they look like because they're just confused like why are they kids again.
Yeah, they look around and they're like, why do you look like a child? Like that's really all it looked
That
like
because
from what
like
I saw.
that because for me I'm like I just hope it's not like again a GT situation where Pilaf literally just wishes them as kids again. I just don't want them to happen again. I want them to give us a legitimate reason why they're kids.
Watch it be like Goku ate something and like
Oh my
fed it to
fucking god, bro,
everybody,
bro,
and it turns them all into a kid.
bro. And then the whole fandom are
Like
gonna get so mad. Oh god,
and
another Goku stupidity of the
like
week.
plot, like the plot line is they go to like the youngest what's it called? I'm blanking. Ugh. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely going to be something along those lines of like a childish aspect. I feel like because that's what makes Dragon Ball like the heartwarming child show that reminds us of like our childhood. But it also could be like I could also seeing it being something more serious. Maybe that's the serious part of it, and the whole journey is like the you know immaturity part of it, because obviously, if it takes place between something that has already come out in the Majin Buu arc,
Yeah, because it takes place between the Majin Buu and the Battle of God saga. That's what the rumors are saying.
that scratches any sort of transformations, unless
Because like think about it, because he can
we
only
could
because
get
we know
Kid Gogeta,
we could maybe, but
Kid
I
Vegito.
don't think Vegeta is gonna be involved in it too much. But he's in the trailers, but mainly just shows a lot of Goku and Supreme Kai going to
I
the
didn't
demon
see Vegeta. I said Vegito
Vegito. I doubt
and Gogeta.
I doubt we're gonna get any fusions in this because I think it's just like,
I mean, it's after. I mean, it's after.
but like because it
It's
doesn't
after
but it
Majin
wouldn't
Buu.
make sense because they decided to fuse back to Vegito like in Super when they were fighting Goku Black.
Yeah, but they can defuse.
Maybe, I don't know. Like,
It's not like they have to fuse forever.
I guess it's just that I'm just mad at the fact that I just hope that we don't get as stupid reasons of why they go to child. That's all I want. I just want a legit good reason. I want a good story going on. With like
So
it,
everything else can be asked as long as the reason is good.
maybe maybe not. I don't know if like I want the story to be good too. Obviously, I don't want it to be like because they're going to the demon world, right? And there has to get a legitimate reason why they're going there because I think it's something involved why everyone's kids because that's the reason why they're going to the demon realm with Supreme Kai.
Yeah, Piccolo is the Demon King. I bet you Piccolo's gonna have something major to do
That's
with
what
this
because
whole
Piccolo they showed a little
Daima
bit of
thing.
Piccolo in the trailer too, but
He's gonna have to. He's the Demon King. He has to have something to do with the demon realm.
that's what I'm saying because like his father I guess was the Demon King, so
So like, is it gonna be like something along the lines of like
because wait, but the question is, do you think Deborah will show up because Deborah was the Demon King from the Demon World?
maybe it would make
Do you
sense.
think they will mention him?
They'll 100% mention him.
So yeah, because Deborah was the Demon King in that realm, but I don't know. Like I'm just hoping the series is good, and I trust Toriyama. He probably will give us something good, because the only transformations we're really mainly going to see is just 1 through 3. Because like I said, if this actually does take place between the Majin Buu saga and the Battle of God saga, yeah, it's just going to be transformation 1, 2, 3. So here's what I'm hoping. I hope we see more of 3 because Super Deep Brillas give us a lot of 3. At least in my opinion. But I don't.
You got me thinking. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I know I'm excited.
Do you think they'll show
No
more
matter
than?
what,
Do
I'm
you think? Do
excited.
you think they show more than? Like, do you think they're gonna show more 3? At least Super Saiyan 3 a lot more. Because Super didn't really show a lot. They show it like here and there on some episodes.
What was 3's side effect?
A lot of energy. It drains a lot of energy.
Is that it? Could it drain enough energy to kill him?
I think something like that because if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I watched Z. When he was fighting Kid Buu, he like Super Saiyan 3 really took a lot out of him because it drains a lot of energy out of him. That's like the only side
Yeah.
effect for
It's
3.
not like Kaioken where it drains your life.
Yeah, Kaioken's basically like you're basically draining your life, draining a lot of your basically it unstables your muscles. If I remember,
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It like shreds them.
yeah, because if you use like too
Yeah.
much, if you keep multiplying on that times of the Kaioken, yeah, your muscles will like start to break and stuff like that. Like Super Saiyan 3 side effect is basically you drain a lot of energy.
That's why we have senzu beans.
Because that's all I remember from Super Saiyan 3. Because I like the form. Don't get me wrong, the form is badass wise, but the only side effect it has is that it drains a lot of energy. So
It does drain a lot of energy, but the question is, so does every other powerful form they make. Like God drains a shit ton of energy too,
I think it's mainly stamina if I remember correctly.
or stamina. And what is Ultra Instinct? Well, no, Perfect or Ultra Instinct is nothing actually. It doesn't drain anything.
Because I know he couldn't really hold the form if I remember in the tournament of power. Because I know,
He just couldn't he couldn't hold the form in the Tournament of Power. And when we go to talk about the manga, I'll mention it now. He perfects Ultra Instinct, so meaning he can hold the form because he um what was it? The first UI Goku was imperfect.
yeah,
Imperfect Ultra Instinct.
yeah,
That's the Tournament of Power one we got.
yeah,
And Whis was like, "Yeah, we've been training, but he's never done this yet. He's been close."
yeah.
And
But he
then he
does,
did
yeah,
it.
because he didn't know how to maintain it or even learn how to use it.
But then in the manga, we got all the arc on them training, and we got to see Goku train with Whis. And from that, he fought Moro with perfected Ultra Instinct. And that's when he awakened that Susanoo thing.
Which,
Did we ever get a name to that?
nope.
No, it's Susanoo.
You're just gonna call it Susanoo for right now.
That's all I'm calling it because I'm sure Sasuke is not gonna leave that behind.
I'm dead. I don't know. Like, here's the thing: is that Daima is looking to be the biggest Dragon Ball because since Super ended what in 2018, 2017, if I
Yep.
remember. No, yeah, 2018. It's gonna be everybody's gonna be watching it, and hopefully us in the community will like it, no matter what it is. We'll see what happens in the future. We are gonna talk about the episode once it comes out on this podcast and give our honest thoughts about it. I'm just
Hmm.
like I said, I'm just hoping it's be good. I just hope it's not a whole GT situation where they're literally doing the whole GT route again. So that's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to um another weekly dropper. I mean, I'm so thrilled we're going to have three big ones dropping at the same time. Bleach, One Piece, and Dragon Ball will all be weekly shows being dropped. We got peak One Piece. They're finally going for it. In the manga, they're in Elbath. It's insane. Blood War is going on in Bleach right now. The final arc, final piece after more than 10 years without any Bleach. I mean, and then we have Dragon Ball. I mean, I don't think there's been a time better for anime, but I do think we have more to come in the future.
Yeah, we'll see. Cause uh, like I'm more excited for Diamond of all things because you know I'm a fucking Dragon Ball tart anyway. Especially like
I
it's crazy that we're getting this and Sparky Zero at the same time. That feels like even fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think they timed it perfectly. I think they executed spoiler warning. I'm not setting no timer this time. I think they timed it perfectly with releasing Diama to be able to have, like the unlock pre-order character be a character from the show already and show us, a little preview of like, hey, listen, like in the future you could expect maybe to get Vegeta as a kid or this person as a kid from Daima, or you know,
You know what? Let's get to that. What do you think we're gonna have as DLCs for Sparky Zero?
uh, manga. I already said it earlier. 100%. I know we're gonna get manga. We cannot not get manga. They've already. That's. They don't put things in there
Mhm.
like that for us not to like be like, oh, that's our foreshadow. That's them saying that we're going to get this at some point.
Yeah.
You know, we have to get manga. Second, Daima characters. We're going to definitely get
Because we haven't seen
Daima
what's gonna
characters.
happen in the Daima show yet, so
Exactly. So,
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
you know, it's nice too because, by the time we get DLC, they'll be it'll be like,
Ready to go with the
maybe,
characters. Yeah.
exactly. Maybe they have it planned to where, like, by the time we meet the new whoever created the Demon Dragon Balls, if there's Demon Dragon Balls, that's who they drop as a character. Like, it's like, what if Shenron ends up being like a Omega Shenron kind of ordeal, you know?
Yeah.
So it's it's all up in the air right now. I think they could add anybody for DLC characters. I mean, who what main characters did we not get already in the
The
180
only, like I said, the
plus
only
games?
thing we saw from Daima right now is just Goku mainly. So obviously they're gonna put out Daima Goku out already, because that's all they showed.
Yeah,
That's all they showed out. So
yeah. And that's the first, that's one, too. That's the very first DLC slash, no, it's not even DLC. Just a pre-release, pre-order character. So I mean, anything's possible. I think, at this point,
mm,
they finally gave us something we've been waiting for, something we never thought we were ever going to see, honestly, because I never thought we were going to see another Tenkaichi game.
yeah,
I thought Tenkaichi 3 was going to be the last of that fighting style game, and they went on to the Xenoverse. I honestly thought we would Xenoverse 3, 4, maybe even before. Um, no, just, so the hopes and expectations for Dayama are up there, definitely. And, I mean, I'm really just quite excited for whatever Daima has in store for us.
honestly, yeah. I'm like I said, this is gonna be good. So that's really it. That's all I wanted to see if it's that's mainly what our topic is for our first episode. Um, yeah. So basically, this is the thing that, like we said earlier in the beginning, we wanted to do this, and we're gonna try to upload every Saturday as much as we can. If things happen or schedule changes, we'll have like a day where we upload on a Sunday or some shit like that. But um,
Yeah.
I think that's mainly it, right?
Yeah, for today's podcast, that'll be it.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so you can keep up with us. Make sure to check out our socials in the bio. Our separate individual gaming channels will be down in the link along with our Twitter, and we hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming along with us.
Yeah. I wish we could have talked a little bit longer than we would, because it is a 49-minute mark. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So we tried.
Do you want to talk more? We can add more.
Nah, I think we can end it for this episode because we can save it for the next topic for the next one. So this is our first time doing our podcast, first episode. So hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you, like Bert said, subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Support this whole podcast. And yeah, if there's anything you want to say.
No, I think that's it for me, guys.
All right.
Till next time.
And we will see you guys on the next podcast.